So I've been to Lawson and both my Starling and Chase banks want 220 yen ATM fee, which is only a quid, which is brilliant because other countries charge so much more for ATM withdrawals. But I'm going to see if I can get it any cheaper. I'm always one for a bargain, as you know. Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Bigg World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for. It seems there was no ATM withdrawal fees at 7-Eleven as opposed to Lawson, who wanted 220 yen. So yeah, I saved myself a quid by going to 7-Eleven. I first stayed in Japan during the winter of 2007. Whilst planning my trip during the summer of 2007, the yen was at 240 yen to the British pound, the best it had been for 9 years. I booked an apartment just for myself with Sakura House in Tokyo, which cost around £500 each month. It was located in Numabukuro, a 20-minute train ride from Shinjuku. It was a harsh winter and snowed a lot, but I stayed in Tokyo for 5 months that winter. Returning to Japan for the summer of 2024, it was my first time back in the country for 16 years. With the yen being above 200 yen to the pound for the first time since I'd previously been here in 2008. So I'd timed my return perfectly. On my first night I stayed at MyStays hotel in Nippori that cost £26 or $33, which was a good deal. You won't find many hotel rooms at this rate in the centre of Tokyo, or if you do, you will probably be sharing a bathroom. For the month of July, I booked my accommodation again through Sakura House, who I'd stayed with in 2008. Whichever country I travel to in the world, I prefer living in an apartment or condo building, which I normally book through Airbnb or directly through the agency. But Airbnb in Tokyo wasn't coming up with many attractive options, so I turned again to Sakura House, who, although they insist are a monthly stay only agency, I met many travellers who'd booked accommodation with them for much shorter periods. It generally works out more cost effective staying in an apartment than a hotel. I paid 107,000 yen, £535 or $685, which was around the same price that I'd paid in 2008. But the price to live in an apartment on my own was much more expensive now, so I needed to live in a shared apartment. Also with Sakura House, you have the option of sharing a room with another traveller or travellers, which is what a couple of European girls were doing in the shared house I was staying at. There are many SIM card options for Japan, although they're a touch more expensive than neighbouring Asian countries. Prior to arriving in Japan, I spent 4,200 yen, 21 quid or $27 for an Aurelo eSIM, having read online that Samsung A54s are compatible with eSIMs. But on arrival in Tokyo, I discovered that not all Samsung A54s are eSIM compatible, and mine wasn't. So that was $27 wasted. So I went to Bigg to purchase an actual SIM card. You can also do this at the airport on arrival, but I wanted to wait and see if I could get a better deal in the city. I bought a Welcome to Japan tourist SIM for Japan, which was valid for 30 days. You can buy a SIM card for however many days you're in Japan, which come at different prices depending on how much data you require. There is no phone number with this SIM, just data only. I paid 5,400 yen, 27 quid or $35 for 50 gigabytes of data, although I ended up using only 20 gigabytes of data throughout the month. I could have bought a 25 gigabyte SIM, but that was around 4,000 yen, so it didn't work out much more expensive to buy a SIM card with the double amount of data.
This is my new home. I'm going to the supermarket and this is my neighborhood. It is very peaceful, very residential, and not many places to eat around here at all. Apparently this is a rich area, this is a posh area. So I'm going to the supermarket to get some groceries. Eating out is a little bit expensive, so I'm quite happy to eat my meals at home in the meantime. There's a couple of different supermarkets down here, no more than 5 to 10 minutes from where I'm staying, so it's not too far.
Staying in accommodation with your own kitchen is far more preferable for me to dining out each day. Sure, I love eating food from the different countries I visit, but at the end of the day, it works out much more cost effective buying foods from the supermarket. There were 2 supermarkets next to the subway station in my neighbourhood, but then I discovered the cheaper OK store, which was closer to home.
I have found my supermarket.
A few of the items I bought there were significantly cheaper than the more expensive Tokyo store.
So there's 3 supermarkets in this area and this seems to be the cheapest one. Well, there is another one that is relatively cheap, but it is very full of people, so I come here. I don't have an extensive list, but this is what I get every few days. It's 160 yen to the dollar or 200 yen to the pound, so this is 200 yen. 6 bananas for a quid. Salad. Minus 30%. Okay. 270 yen, 140. Spring onion, 86 yen. So tuna, you'd think tuna would be a little bit cheaper. So it's 359 for 4 cans. That works out at 50 pence a can, which is quite a lot. They're only small cans as well. So with tax, it's 430. So this is 132 yen. In the expensive store, it's 200 yen. Extra 70 yen for the same box. So I did get these the other day, 3 quid for, well, over 3 quid for cashew nuts, but I went through them in no time. So I'm just going to get ordinary peanuts, 194 for 230 grams. So what Japan does good at are crisps. Philippines are terrible at crisps. Thailand are good at crisps, and so is India, but the Philippines is terrible at crisps. Always look at how many grams are in the bag. So 55 grams for 100 yen. So 84 is less than 50 pence for a 60 gram bag. So obviously the bigger bags are a better deal. 207 yen, a quid for 165 grams. That'll do nicely. So in the more expensive store, this is 732, and in the more expensive store it came out at 950. So it shows how much you can save in this cheaper store. That's 200 yen cheaper. Now I need a big tub of natural yogurt and also some flavoured yogurts to mix in with it. What have we got? Natural yogurt. It's nice to get the Greek yogurt, but that's a little bit too expensive. That's almost 4 times the price. Plus some flavoured ones at 138. That'll do. Even cheaper, 108. 108 strawberry. That looks good. Strawberry, 108. I'll get one of them as well. I'm eating lots of yogurt at the moment. I'm being very healthy. So what is great about Japan now is having the option of Google Translate. Able to translate everything for you. Isn't that wonderful? So this is duck pastrami. That looks quite interesting.
I'd go shopping every 3 or 4 days, which was quite frequent, as I needed to buy a couple of bottles of mineral water to get me through each day.
So it's amazing how these are 67. Look at this, 2 litres of water for 67 yen. 500 ml in the 7-Eleven is 108. So I've just bought a 550 ml bottle of mineral water in Family Mart. When I hear the name Family Mart, I always want to say the family tart. Anyway, it was 116 yen. That was the cheapest. You can get a 2 litre bottle for 80 yen in the supermarket. Just venting about the price of mineral water in Tokyo. Actually, 62. There's a one for 62 as well. Gosh. Go for the cheapest. It's just water.
It was only after I'd been in the house 3 weeks, whilst chatting to my new housemate from India, who told me that the tap water was drinkable, which not only saved me cash, but saved me lugging huge bottles of mineral water back to my accommodation from the OK store.
This Aquarius in the expensive supermarket is 180, I think. Saved me 40 yen. So here's the alcohol content. I am not drinking at all. I've stopped drinking. Look at this Jim Beam. Jim Beam honey liqueur for 1200 yen, which is less than 6 quid. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, stop. Take me away from this section. Take me away. I'm not an alcoholic.
Please note there is no alcohol in my shopping basket. The last time I had a drink was on the 15th of June. Yay! Here at BWC, Uncle doesn't charge a subscription fee like Auntie does, but buying us a coffee would be much appreciated. Thank you.
So these are a quid. It's great how they employ older people. I see it all the time in Tokyo where they employ elderly people to work there. They don't really do that in the West, I don't think. There we go. So then you pay cash, put cash, and then you put the cash in here, press that there, then your change comes out here, and then you get the receipt. Recito. She's laughing at me. The receipt comes. Where's my receipt? There's no receipt. Oh, there's my money. You take your money and then you get the receipt. You need to make sure you get your money before they give you a receipt. And then you take your bag, put it back on the trolley, and you go to the packing area. And I've got my plastic bags from before. We're going up, going down, going up. We have our own little cupboards to put our provisions in. I am room 101. And in the fridge, 101. That's an area for my water and Aquarius. I am eating healthier. Look what I have. Vegetable tempura and salad. Spring onions and tomatoes. So the vegetable tempura were reduced. They were around 200 yen, which is a quid, just over $1. So buying stuff at the supermarket is the cheaper option. And yes, I'm trying to eat healthier now. Eating twice a day, eating healthy, not going out to eat in restaurants at the moment. I am eating my food at home. So this is my brunch for today. Good evening. I'm in Wendy's. Wendy's First Kitchen, and I have, what do I have? I have chili. I think chili was $4.60. Large chili, medium chili, $4.60. French fries, $3.80. So roughly £2, £2, £2, and a quid for the Coke. Quid for the Coke. So I've spent around £5 having me grub in Wendy's on a Saturday night. It's quite a nice place. I went to Wendy's. Where did I go to Wendy's? I went to another Wendy's which didn't sell burgers. Well, it sold burgers, but it sold burgers on a plate. It didn't sell burgers in a bun. It was really strange. I went to this other Wendy's thinking it was going to be a traditional old Wendy's, and it was like an upmarket Wendy's where it was very strange. I had to order on the table. I didn't film in there. I don't know why. I think I felt a bit self-conscious. I was sitting at a table with other tables very close by, and had to order on a tablet. So it was quite a strange experience, and I couldn't have a burger. And I'm not having a burger tonight either. I haven't had Wendy's chili for many, many years. I wish I'd had a burger now as well. So let's taste Wendy's chili. It's got Wendy's on it. Show you Wendy's. It's a little bit salty. Actually, it's very salty. Very salty. But Wendy's chili, I love Wendy's chili. And the French fries. French fries are good. So shame on me for coming to Tokyo and going to Wendy's, I know it's very strange, isn't it? I should be eating traditional Japanese food. It's another rainy night in Tokyo, which is a little bit annoying. Hello. I thought the rain would have finished by now. It's supposed to be the end of rainy season, and I seldom go out, and when I do go out at the moment it seems to be raining. So Pepsi Cola with ice. Cheers. In my food expenses, I've also included the few occasions that I ate outside my kitchen. So this totals 50,730 yen, which is 254 quid or $325. I've listed my vitamins and food supplements separately at 6,900 yen, which works out at 34 quid or $44. But these items have lasted me more than a month. There are many places to visit and things to do in Tokyo that can be done for free. Travelling around Tokyo by train or bus is not expensive. I could travel to Shibuya from a train station close to me, which only took 25 minutes by train, with the fare only 230 yen, which is just over a quid or $1.50. I covered many of the tourist sites all over Tokyo, which you can see on a separate video, but I wasn't travelling around every day, however. Over the month I'd used the train or bus every 2 or 3 days and spent 11,570 yen in total, which is 58 quid or $74. If you enjoy this channel's content, kindly keep Uncle content by sharing this video with your friends. Thank you. I only visited 2 museums which had entry fees for visitors, with a total spend of 4,600 yen, 23 quid or $29. So that's about it. For the month of July 2024, I spent a total of 190,400 yen, which is 952 quid or $1,218, which is not bad at all, considering that for the month of June, whilst travelling through the Mindanao region of the Philippines, staying in hotels and eating out twice a day, I spent a total of 83,000 pesos, which works out at £1,125 or $1,440. So my month in Tokyo was cheaper to the previous month I'd spent in the Philippines. However, in saying that, my monthly spend in the Philippines generally works out a lot cheaper when I'm staying in condos or Airbnbs. Since the end of July, the yen has got stronger against the pound. At the moment it's sunk to 185.86, which is the lowest it's been over the past 6 months. But Japan still remains a very affordable, attractive option at the moment, which can be seen in the amount of tourists on the street. Certainly many more than were around in my first winter in Japan. So you need to visit here quickly while the country's affordable, which I don't envisage it being for very long. Just a quick reminder to please click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or thumbs down button if you didn't. Obviously. Thank you.
You've been watching Uncle, the man from Big World Cinema. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends.